Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful planet. Welcome to the Inner Circle Live pre-New York session. I'm your host for this morning's session, Benny Allen, along with my awesome partner, Mr. Ryan Carthage. And we're definitely happy and grateful for each and every one of you being here with us this morning as we take a look at the technicals and the fundamentals to see what we could take advantage of in this Forex market. So, without further ado, let's make sure that we turn off any and all distractions. Grab a pen and paper, take lots of notes, and let's make sure that we participate and engage. If everybody can hear me loud and clear and you're all ready to go on this Friday morning, do me a huge favor, drop me a 1 in the chat so we can get this session started. All right, awesome. So I see the ones coming in. I appreciate the early participation. Let's close this out, right? Let's make sure that we take massive action this morning. Make sure that we're accepting all possible losses before entering a trade, preparing you for any outcome. Let's make sure that we center ourselves in body, mind, and spirit, ensuring a balanced approach to trading. Let's trust in our education, strategy, trading skills, and intuition. And let's imagine our trades successfully materializing. Let's make sure that we obey our trading strategy, avoiding decisions based on greed and fear. And let's make sure that we are never looking back or stopping once your trade has commenced, right? So if everybody is ready to take massive action this morning, let's head over, take a look at trading economics. And we want to start out, take a look at the DXY. Read up on that data. We can see that the dollar index steady around 104 on Friday, holding gains from the previous session as strong U.S. jobs data further dented sentiment around interest rate cuts. Initial jobless claims fell by 9,000 to 218,000 below the market's expectation of 220,000, while the continuing claims decreased to 1,871. Federal Reserve officials also pushed back against early rate cuts bets this week, and we talked about that yesterday with Boston Fed Fed President Susan Collins saying the current policy stance is well positioned and suggesting it would be appropriate to initiate policy easing later this year. So not early, right? Market expectations have shifted with the likelihood of a rate cut in March currently priced at less than 20%, right? Which is a significant move from earlier during the year. So we click over, take a look at the DXY, and we can see, right, still fairly bullish, right? Still fairly bullish on the DXY, right? A little rangy, right? But positive to the upside for the most part. Today, pretty light day, 8:30 this morning on a Friday. Canadian employment data coming out. Okay, so important for the CAD, right? As I know, we're sitting in that CAD in some other things. So that's a big bright red folder. Employment data is one of those key fundamental factors that we track closely, right, with all countries and their currency. So we'll see what happens at 8:30 so we can get some volatility potentially on a Friday. All right. So let's see what happens there. Ryan, good morning, sir. How are you?
Bro, good morning. I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good, man. You know me. I love these Fridays. I can't say it enough.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yep. The weekend is upon us. Anything that caught your eye fundamentally? I haven't been
Uh,
focused on too much.
Not a ton, but one thing I did come across is an article talking about the risk of the inflation revisions that'll
Okay.
be coming out soon. So I'm working on a blog post, but it just touches on kind of the significance of the revisions of that CPI data, what that would look like, the tone of investors and how it could impact them and how the Fed could then respond. So I'll post a link to the full article. I'm working on the blog post as well, so I'll get that posted also.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, and also too, looking at this NZD USD, right? Follow this one closely. So the New Zealand dollar appreciated past a little over 61 cents, hitting its highest levels in a week amid speculation that domestic, right? It's a little bit different now, everybody, that domestic interest rates could rise further amid sticky inflation and a resilient labor market. So analysts at ANZ have now forecasted a quarter-point rate hike from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand in both February and April, taking a policy rate to 6%. Market participants also pointed to a global pushback by major central banks on expectations of early rate cuts, so especially in the US and Europe. So just keeping an eye on that. Traders now see around a 40% chance that the RBNZ would raise rates on February 28th compared to almost no chance of the move a week ago. Still, the Kiwi remains under pressure from a buoyant U.S. dollar amid strong U.S. jobs data and hawkish rhetoric from the Federal Reserve. Right. So thanks for posting that article, Ryan. So let's make sure we're keeping an eye on the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, right? So that's one that's creeping in. It's kind of moving in, it seems to be moving in a different direction than the other central banks at this time. At least the speculation is there. All right. So that's that. Down with the DXY. So let's look at, matter of fact, let's look at the dollar. Since it's been pushing strong, we'll take a look at this dollar CAD play first just to review it. We had an 80-20 on the 4, right? That's now gone through TP2, and we're bouncing around at that 135.41 level. So if I creep back up to the daily, this is going to be interesting to see what happens with the Canadian employment data this morning, because it needs to kind of make its mind up now, right? So you can see here that's won pretty much 2-3 times at that 135.41 level. So we've worked our way, right? We've made the swing back up to that level. Now we're kind of stuck, right? So 80-20 play, beautiful move. That's 273 pips to TP2 that we got, and it's continued to try to test that level. So we want to see today with the jobs numbers from Canada to see if it continues to push it in the downward direction, or if this is going to hold and continue to move up. I'm not in this at all right now. Kind of just in a wait and see mode. Here I've got this fib running to the upside off that 80-20 swing, but you can see here clearly where it's revisited that zone and it's moving down. So I wonder if it's going to stay in this AB boundary, or if it's going to push lower. What are your thoughts on this one, Ryan? Have you paid attention to this one lately? After
I
that 80-20?
haven't paid attention to this dollar CAD one recently. Um, However, let me get back to my chart. It's going to be interesting to see how the dollar moves, right? This Canadian data will also be interesting as well. Yeah, I got to dig deeper on this one.
Yeah. And then, like I say, see what happens with the Canadian. I know the you got some things going on with the oil, because of the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we'll continue to pay close attention to that. But overall, the 80-20 off the 4 played out nicely, made a nice run. But that's it for me right now on that one. Moving on to the dollar Swissy. We can see that we are continuing to move long, right? So again, tracking those key levels and seeing if we're getting that reaction, right? And so we've been moving to the upside for quite some time now, okay, on this swing. So we're looking towards that 88.18 target. So we've broken the level and retested. Nice, huge bullish candlestick there coming off that support at 85.79, and we're long, right? So that move to the downside, right? I need to, hold on, let me go back here. This is a level that needs to be put back in. So we may revisit that later. But the way we played this one, after tracking that move bearish and coming into that support level, is that ran us right into an 80-20 swing. Okay. Right into an 80-20 swing. So there's 2 pairs now, dollar pairs, over 200 something pips to the upside. Okay. So what I'm going to do, that's that 88.18. I'm going to anticipate that being taken out, and I'm just going to leave it long now. Right. So your 80-20 swing up over 200 pips, and we're going to catch that D extension. There's that bullish candlestick right there, coming right out of that zone. Look at that. Okay. And see how we work our way top down. There's that 85.79 level. There's your bullish candlestick right in the zone, and it's continuing to move along. Okay. So the 88.18 is right at the D extension. Okay. So that's your dollar Swiss moving beautifully. Right. It's out. I brought that down from the higher time frame. So here we are here, right? 1 hour, moving long. Okay, moving long, right? We got a deeper correction, but it held right at that 85.79, right? So we reset that fib. We're moving along. So maybe if we get a correction back to the downside in their zone, maybe that gives us an opportunity to catch that price moving to the upside at a bigger discount. Any questions on the dollar Swiss? Nope. All right. Dollar yen. Continuing to move long, right? Okay. Said about these yen crosses. Pull back to a 61.8. Came all the way down to retest. The market has a memory, right? Now look how we're moving up. Okay, so I got a feeling we're going to eventually catch that D extension. Here's the major high where price keeps reacting. Right? So we may push above that now on this dollar yen. This has been pretty predictable. Right? So we're moving right back up to that level. See if we can get beyond it and hit that D extension. That's from the daily. So we've got some room to run still. Okay. Here's our 4. Okay. There's our 4 hour. Beautiful. Okay. We had this was at one point a major 80-20 that got caught in drawdown, did not hit the stop, made its way all the way back down into the B boundary. Okay. Can't stress that enough. The market loves to find the 382 or deeper. Okay. And then we can see we've got a trend continuation. Right. So look, B boundary, less than the 382 on the initial pullbacks, broke that B boundary to the upside. We swung all the way back down. And now you can see how it's recovered, okay, over time. So moving long on the dollar yen, this was the 80-20 off the 1. And you can see here, off this 1 hour, we got a bounce right around that 382 and it's moving long, right? So the 80-20 here on the 1, and now we're swinging long. So everything's moving back in alignment. Didn't get as deep a correction on the 1 as we did on like our 4, right? Smaller wave, moved a little bit different, but this dollar yen is long, right? So we're looking for opportunities in the future for corrections and continuations. Okay. So here we are on the 30 long, right? Hit the edge of that buy zone. It's long. Okay. Bullish on the dollar yen. Any questions? Be patient. Stay within the framework. It'll pay off. Okay. Stay within the framework. Okay. Only a few areas that we trade, few zones that we trade. We don't get caught up in all of the mess. We just don't. Okay. These are big moves. Okay. So the dollar, let's go and take a look at the dollar yen, I mean the Aussie yen. Want to continue to track that. Continuing to move long. Okay. It's been choppy, but we're moving long. Our daily stochastic is even in the buy zone. This 4-hour fib, right? It's starting to gain some momentum. Look at that. To the upside. Struggle. 97.56. Keep knocking at the door. That's that B boundary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Headed for time number 6. Let's see if we can break through it this time. Okay. See if we can keep it going. If you're in it and you're holding, way to stay patient. Way to stay patient. That's your 4-hour move on the Aussie yen. Here we are on the 1, right? So on this 1 hour, we dropped a cloud on. You can see we're headed towards that D extension on this sub fib, and then here's your capital fib. Okay. So zooming in on this leg, look at the swing. Okay. See that? Meant to say this resistance level here at 97.56. Extension's already been hit. All right. So we got a set like 786 retracement. Boom. The extension hit. It's just continuing to push long. It's going to track that 97.56 level. Any questions on the Aussie yen?
No, sir.
All right. Here's the 30-minute setup. Got it, didn't we, everybody? All right. We got it. So we made the adjustment, saying, hey, this gave us a deeper retracement. So trading it off the 30-minute, that initial move, we said, hey, it dropped a little lower. We're looking at a 1.18 extension. You can see as soon as it hit that level, you can see your fib. It's no longer highlighted. Now we've got a new fib. Okay. So if we're tracking this on the 30, this gives you an opportunity for a possible correction, right? And a continuation. All right. That 97.56 is right in the 80-20 zone if we don't get an immediate correction off this B boundary. All right. So just continue to move long with the Aussie yen. All right. Want to take a look at this Aussie NZD. All right. So we've got some strength kicking in with the New Zealand currency because of the speculation that we spoke about. Okay. So we can see that we're moving bearish. Okay. Finally broke that 106.89 level and just continued to move down. So we're looking bearish. That's a monthly level at 105.60. So we want to start looking for our possible corrections. 80-20 scenarios. Here's your 4, the extension hit. Fib is no longer highlighted. Look at the pull back into the zone, 108.17. Okay. Trading with the trend, that's good confirmation there. Key fib level, and then it collapsed. 1.618 D extension. All right. So we just keep moving down through the charts. Where are we at with the smaller waves? Okay. Here. All right. Potential 80-20. Wouldn't play it yet. Okay. Wouldn't play it just yet. Not involved. We got this 106.16 weekly level right at that 127. Let's see if we can get back above it. Okay, that's how it will play it. And if you're thinking about playing that, back to the upside to that 382, to that 61.8. Let's get back above that level. Okay, see if we can get price to move. Same thing. It's a beautiful game. It's a rhythm. Okay, there's a rhythm to the markets. And if you're looking to stay bearish, then you needed to get to the high price to get short. Okay. Look at it. Here was the last play back here, right? Had that stop above the A. Look at that. because if it doesn't take out the A, it has no choice but to go your way. It was our A boundary. Stop above the A. Look at all the dancing that it did within that AB boundary. Patience pays, right? Patience pays. And then we got short. Here's our new A. Here's our new B. Our A, right? I mean, our C at that point in time was the highest point within the AB boundary, right? So this was our old C. Okay. See there? So we teach it the way we were taught because it doesn't change. The framework doesn't change. Right? Any questions on the Aussie NZD?
No,
No?
sir.
All right. All right. Let's take a look at our CAD Swiss. Continue to track and monitor this. Okay. Especially with the news coming up for Canada at 8:30. All right. Well. Okay. We got above that 6502 level. Above 6502 with Canadian data coming out. Let's see if we can get a continuation and get to that TP1 for 339 pips. Okay. So continuing to monitor that move to the upside. Okay. It's continuing to move long. Okay. Shorter move, smaller wave, however you want to play it. Okay. That's where we're headed. Look at that beautiful pullback, right? That continuation. That's the CAD Swiss. Let's move on to the CAD Yen. Continuing long. All right. We got through that weekly level, 110.66. Got through it yesterday. All right. Next stop is 111.14. We're just about there. Okay. Huge 932 pip swing. We get above that level and we close. We are going to head to that D extension. Right. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We've got employment data coming out at 8:30, and we're right at that 111.14 level pretty much. That's a monthly level. Last time, you can see here, look, we got rejected. We got rejected. Okay. We're on the 4. We were talking about this. Look, so a long time ago, right? When this pulled back, that's pretty much an A boundary move. If you're tracking it off this 4, right back at that B boundary, 100%, right? It almost took back 100%. So our projection off this one is that B boundary. Look how that's coming in right at 111.14, just ahead of the news. Can't make this stuff up. See how it goes. Manage your trade. Okay. It's a 15-minute. Looking at it from the 1. See what happens. 8:30. See what happens at 8:30. All right. We're gonna go take a look at this GJ, making some really good progress. Okay. So you're watching this one on the 30-minute. Look at how that moved yesterday. Okay. That's TP range right there. I'm no longer in it. Ryan, you still holding this? I'm out. Yeah.
Nope, I am not in that to the upside any longer.
Okay. Yeah, I got close enough for me yesterday. Right. So we're back below, and it'll eventually finish out. Right. It's still long against the yen, but that's a good enough move for me right now off that 30-minute. It's amazing, right? 30-minute chart, over 300 pips. That was a huge move yesterday. Yeah, look at that. 160 pips. So you expect some consolidation and some ranging today, right? Yours hit TP. Good job. Good job.
Great work.
Congratulations. Yeah. With that TP before that extension. Great work. Great work. So yeah, you're gonna lose some setups, right? But when you constantly put yourself in a proper risk to reward ratio, these big moves right here, it'll gobble up those losses, right? It'll totally eat them up, right? Totally eat them up. That's why we trade the zones that we trade. So that's the GJ. All right. You're welcome. So let's look at this EJ, right? Check this long play. And we can see, right? We're just continuing to move along. Extend that out. Look at this. Okay. Sub fibs, another 30-minute. Right. So we're up nicely on that. So we're looking for corrections and continuations. Nice and easy, right? You're at work, you're busy with your family, you can just let it run. Have faith in your trade idea. Okay. It seems crazy, right? When that price is moving down and correcting. We're staying within the framework. We're trading our zones. We're doing our best to determine a directional bias using a combination of top-down analysis, right? So that's from the technical perspective. And then we take a look at the fundamentals and we come up with an overall bias and ultimately a trade idea. Okay. Ryan watches the Bank of Japan closely for us. We see that they're not making a move. Okay. The anticipation was coming into this year, they would make a move a lot earlier than later. They're holding pretty steady. Okay. So we're still thinking long against the yen. Now, as this price continues to accelerate to the upside, we typically are starting to hear the Bank of Japan, right? They'll start jawboning, right? A little manipulation, walking that price down, right? Just on the speculation that they could do something. Okay. That's usually how it goes with the rhetoric. Okay. But these have been steadily, right? Currencies have been steadily moving to the upside against the yen. Okay. We will eventually see a correction. Okay. But right now, right, we're moving pretty long. Questions on the Euro JPY? No?
No, sir.
All right, well, we're gonna keep it moving, right? So look for a correction here at some point. Maybe get an opportunity to get involved with that. All right. Euro GBP. What's going on with this one here? Well, we're hanging in there. Hanging in there. Stop placement is important. So we're trying to move back up, right? So if you got into this at that 127, we're just about back to break even. We want to see if we can continue that momentum to the upside. We'll see. This one, Joy. I know, right? This one doesn't surprise us at all. But we trade the zone, and this is where we are. So pretty much net zero on this on this Euro GBP trade idea. That's that. Want to check out the NZD CAD. Look at that. Who's still holding? I know Donette was. Who else?
I ended up closing that one out, bro.
You close it out.
Yep.
Randy's still holding. Is still trying to make its way. But we're right back here at this level. I think we might get it this time, though. I think we might get it, right? With that news and changing, changing the estimates, right, in regards to a possible hike. I think we may get that TP1 for 94 pips. So I'm gonna keep the faith, right? Keep it. We're not far from it. All right, where are we now? 26 pips away. So that's where we are. See if that's gonna ride out, right? So technically, right, this was beautiful here. Look at that. Marker is trying to tell us something right there with the tweezers. Unbelievable. Moving along. All right. That's the NZD cat. Joy, you said you're in the NZD Swissy? Yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. Fundamentals matter. Look at that moving up. Great work. Great work. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, Joy. Here we go. Look at that moving up. That's gone, right? No correction. Didn't even come back to fully test that level off the one. We'll take it. New Zealand's bullish right now. New Zealand dollar is bullish. All right. Let's look at this NZD JPY. This is another one that I'm loving right now. Long, right? Stochastics bullish. Long. Real time. Cat cracked that 91.53 level. Got a smaller play here on the one, right? Where it's closing in on that target. Look at that. You're playing that off the one, right? Start to secure the bag, closing in on that D extension. Sometimes you just gotta just let it just sit there and just let it sink in. It moved all over the place. It ranged, but it did it all within the framework. ABCD, the best price action pattern there is. All right, let's check in. I want to take a look at this NZD USD. All right. Look at that turning up against the dollar. That's how you know. That's how you know it's strong, right? Because the dollar hasn't been dovish as of late either, right? It's moving long. Okay, be interesting to see what happens at that 61.78 level, right? But that's moving long, closing in on an extension. Okay, 30, right? Look at that swing. Okay, see if we can get a pullback on that fib and a continuation. Right? Look at that. 80-20. Drew TP2, looking to crack that A boundary. TP3, and then a continuation to that daily resistance level. Questions on the NZD USD? We have to work on our patience. We have to work on our faith in ourselves and trust in our knowledge, our skills, right? Our training. Right? Okay. Pound NZD, right? So we played the zone. We technically, and then the fundamentals came to support what we were looking at technically, right? Because this was moving bullish. Look at the reaction off the weekly level at 209, right? That played right into our hands on this 80-20 TP2 on the money. 399 pips. 399 pips on one setup. All right. Tally it up. Yes, ma'am. Massive indeed. That's where we are. Okay. Here's the 1 hour. We drew it up. We drew it up. Multiple time frames. Okay. Coming down to the 30. Sitting right in the 80-20 zone now. Okay. We know that New Zealand dollar is showing strength, and we know why. Okay. So let's use some additional confirmation. Okay. Trend line break or whatnot. See if it wants to correct. We need price to correct. Whether we're trying to buy that counter trend move or we need a high price to get short, especially if we haven't been involved in this trade at all. We need price to move higher. I don't want to short from here. If I think the larger overall trend is going to continue bearish, I may play this short here. Or if we get price, right? We get price to move here to retest that 207.97. If I was looking to get short. Questions? Nope.
No, sir.
All right. Pretty clear on how we go about these charts. All right. We're pretty clear and transparent on how we find the opportunities. Okay. You just have to do your part and continue to put in the work. That's it. Okay. Win the psychological battle. That was my biggest problem. Still is, time. It's a work in progress. Right? We want to win those battles. What in the world happened here? What is this, Ryan? Is that where when it got messed up, when the charts got frozen and made up for it?
I think so, bro.
Yeah. That's how it mapped it out. That's how it mapped it out. Okay. Joy, you trading oil?
Yes, sir.
Sit long in it?
I am sitting long. Actually, one of my TPs hit at 75. So that's why I
Oh
was
wow.
looking
Okay.
for that
Oh
80
yeah, yeah,
20.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Joy, talk to us about how long you've been sitting in this long trade on oil.
Ooh, let me go and tell you. Um, I think that was back November 5th. I just clicked out of it. I'll go back. But not November 5th, December 5th. Is that TP that just hit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Uh, and I was at so what happened was my original position was 69.15. That ended up hitting on a stop loss, and that was last year. And I should have just went ahead and took it when I said it was gonna do the weekly sweet spot, but I held it and it took me out of profit. So I jumped back in on a pull, and that was I'm sorry, my broker is acting funny because I want to show y'all. Um And then I jumped back in, which was the second play that just hit. So I've been sitting in it for a while,
Yeah.
and I've made about $60.
Yeah.
Just holding off the 10 cent.
Beautiful.
So my position was actually nope, my bad. I was in this 2524 at 72.41. My exit was 75.89.
Mhm.
And then now I do have a second position that's still active, and it is at, I am so sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
My broker is acting funny. I am at 73.38 right now. And I'm looking, I have my take profit at 90.53, but I do have a marker. I do have a marker at a lower spot. Um, just to map it out for me. So if it doesn't reach there, then I'll just take profit.
Okay. I love it. You got a plan. You got a plan. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Super proud of you. All right. Continue to be patient. Once you win the psychological battles, everything changes. Right? You're gonna get the technicals and the fundamentals down. You're gonna do that. You're gonna understand the methodology. The rest is all, it's all psychological, right? And making sure that you're not over leveraged. All right, let's take a look at gold. And then that's all I have for today. So this is just moving sideways, right? This 1 hour fib. Yeah. So that's on the one, just choppy right now. Right? But we know how gold moves, right? Eventually it's going to break out. We know that. It's going to break out. It's probably going to be volatile when it doesn't. So we took off, right? We broke out of that consolidation. We moved up, and now we're just moving sideways. So there's really nothing there right now. Which is why we take a look at all the currency pairs, right? Different assets, because when price is doing this, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's a swing trade, right? Size weight. That's all I have. Ryan, any any pairs that you're looking at that we need to cover?
No, you went over the yens that I got my eyes on, just looking to see if there's some retracement coming on the short lower time frames.
Yeah.
But no, that's it. That's it. I'm sitting pretty still right now.
Cool. Cool. See, I'm finding the psychology is one, once we have our rules, we are on our charts, monitoring setups, tracking our pairs, pips, and profits, and getting a holistic view and feel. That is a great statement. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is huge. That is huge. Absolutely. I love it. For sure. Well, that is all I have for this morning's session. I am looking forward to tomorrow being on for the weekly ritual so we can continue to look for these awesome trade setups and stringing these successful weeks together. So with that being said, hey, everybody, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Appreciate all of you being here. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Make sure you check out that 8:30, right? We got Canadian numbers. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you.